This is the continuation of the previous lecture. So do watch the lecture 20 and proceed to this video. In the last lecture, we were trying to prove this lemma, that is the type of a linear second order PDE in two variables is invariant under the change of coordinates or nonlinear transformation. So for that, we have taken a second order PDE, this L of u equal to G, and we have this was zeta eta was our nonlinear non-singular transformation, and we have just found uxx uxy uyy ux uy and u in terms of w, right, in terms of zeta and eta. Now we have to replace these partial derivatives uxa uy uxx uxy and uyy in this equation to get a differential equation in zeta and eta with the zeta and eta as independent variables. Okay, so replacing this is ux and this is uy, this is uxx, this is the uxx, so uyy is this and uxy. Now replacing these values substituting these partial derivatives in the PDE1, we get that is a into uxx, right, a into uxx. So replacing uxx here, we have this is uxx, w zeta zeta into zeta x plus 2 into w zeta eta into zeta x, etc. So replacing that, we get a into w zeta zeta into zeta x whole square plus 2 into w zeta eta zeta x eta x plus w eta eta into eta x whole square plus w zeta into zeta x x plus w eta into eta x x. So this was our uxx plus 2b into uxy. Now we have uxy is w zeta zeta into zeta x zeta y plus w zeta eta into zeta x eta y plus zeta y eta x plus w eta eta into eta x eta y plus w zeta into zeta xy plus w eta into eta xy. So this is uxy plus c into uyy. Uyy is just replacing x by y here. So we have w zeta zeta into zeta y whole square plus 2 into w zeta eta into zeta y eta I plus w eta eta into eta y whole square plus w zeta into zeta y plus w eta into eta y. Now plus d into ux, that is w zeta into zeta x plus w eta into eta x plus e into uy, which is w zeta into zeta y plus w eta into eta y plus f into u equal to g. Okay, f into u means f into w. We are replacing u by w, so f into w equal to some g. Okay, so from this, taking w zeta zeta outside, w zeta zeta into, we have a into zeta x square, a into zeta x square plus w zeta zeta is here, 2b into zeta x zeta y, 2b into zeta x zeta y. Our aim is to find a differential equation with the dependent variable w and independent variables zeta and eta, right? So we are taking the partial derivatives with respect to zeta and eta of w. Okay, plus now w zeta zeta is here. This c into zeta y whole square, c into zeta y square plus now we can take w zeta eta outside, so 2 w zeta eta here, here also 2 into uh, w zeta eta here, etc. So we can take 2 w zeta eta outside, so we'll get from this 2a a into zeta x eta x, a into zeta x eta x plus from the second we get b into this, right? So plus b into zeta x eta y plus zeta y eta x plus from third we have this 2 into, so c into zeta y eta y, right? C into zeta y eta y plus w eta eta into, taking w eta eta outside, from this we get w eta eta here, so a into eta x square, a into eta x square. From the second we have w eta eta is here, so 2b eta x eta y plus 2b eta x into eta y plus from the third we have c into eta y square, c into eta y whole square. Okay, plus w zeta into something plus w eta into some coefficient plus some w into f, so f into w or w of zeta eta, which is equal to some g. Okay, so this is the equation now. So actually no need to compute the coefficients of w zeta w eta, because we are just determining the type of this partial differential equation. For that we only need to need the coefficients of the second order partial derivatives. Okay, so we can write this as some L of w is equal to some, we can take this as a into capital A into w zeta zeta plus 2 into b into w zeta eta plus c into capital C into w eta eta plus etc. That is plus some plus b into w zeta plus e into w eta plus capital F into w equal to some g. Okay, so we have to, our aim is to find to verify that the type of the differential equation, type of the PD is invariant under the non-singular transformation. So we have to find the type of this PD. So we have obtained a PD with the dependent variable w and independent variable psi. Okay, so we have transformed this our PD to this PD. Okay, now here where we can write where a is equal to this first coefficient of u zeta w zeta zeta, that is a into zeta x square plus 2b zeta x zeta y plus c this, or a equal to a into w zeta zeta, sorry, use zeta x square a into zeta x square plus 2b zeta x zeta y plus c into zeta y square, b equal to the coefficient of zeta w zeta eta, that is 2 into this. Okay, coefficient of w zeta eta is 2 into this, so we can write this. Now b is actually 2b, here is 2b, so b is the coefficient of 2 this, so this a into zeta eta, sorry, a into zeta x into eta x plus b into zeta x eta y plus zeta y eta x plus c into zeta y eta y. So this is b, and we have c is the coefficient of w eta eta, which is this. Okay, that is c equal to a into eta x square plus 2b eta x eta y plus c eta y whole square. So this is a, b and c. So and we don't want to find the coefficients of this the w zeta, w eta, etc., that is d, e, f, g, because to find the type of this PD we only need to find a, b and c. Okay, now we know the delta of L, that is the discriminant of this differential equation is, here the discriminant is of this PD is b square minus ac, capital B square minus ac, right? Now consider matrix zeta x zeta y eta x eta y into a b c d, sorry, a b b c into zeta x eta y eta x eta zeta y eta y, that is the this is the transpose of this matrix zeta x zeta y eta x eta y zeta x zeta y eta x eta y. So this is nothing but we can multiply this zeta x into zeta x zeta y eta x eta y into multiplying this we get a into zeta x plus b into zeta y, a into zeta x plus b into zeta y, and second is a into eta x plus b into eta y, a eta x plus b eta y, and here is b eta x c eta y, sorry, b zeta x c zeta y, b zeta x plus c zeta y, and the last term is b eta x plus c eta y. Now multiplying this we get zeta x into this plus zeta y into this. So we have multiplying this with this we get a into zeta x square plus b into zeta x zeta y. We are just multiplying this zeta x with this plus the zeta y into plus into this. Okay, so we have this plus zeta x into, sorry, zeta y into this, so b into zeta y zeta x plus c into zeta y whole square, c into zeta y square. Now this row into this column, right? So zeta x into this plus zeta y into this, so we get zeta x into a eta x, so we have a zeta x eta x plus zeta x into this, so b zeta x eta y plus zeta y into this, so we have zeta y into this plus b into zeta y eta x plus c into zeta y into eta y. Zeta y into eta y. Okay. Now the second row is this into this plus this into this. So that second row and first column. So zeta a into we have a into zeta x eta x. Just multiplying this with this plus b into uh, zeta y zeta y eta x plus eta y into this. So b into zeta x eta y plus c into eta y, c into zeta y eta y, and this row with this column. So eta x into the first element, that is a into eta x square, a into eta x square plus b into eta x eta y, b into eta x eta y plus eta y into this. So plus b into eta x eta y plus c into eta y square, c into eta y square. Okay, we have this matrix now, which is nothing but this is actually a into zeta x square plus 2b into zeta x zeta y plus c into zeta y square. This is the capital A. Okay, and this is a into zeta x zeta eta x plus b into zeta x eta y plus b into zeta y eta x plus c into zeta y, which is capital B. Okay, taking B outside from the second and third. So this is B and this is same as B and this is C. Okay, so we have this product of three matrices is equal to this. So taking the determinants, we have taking determinants on both sides, we have determinant of this into determinant of this into determinant of this. Okay, so this is nothing but the zeta x into eta y minus zeta y into eta x. So we have the determinant zeta x into eta y minus zeta y into eta x. This is the determinant of first into determinant of a b b c. So this ac minus b square, that is ac minus b square into determinant of this is zeta x eta y minus zeta y eta x, zeta x eta y minus zeta y eta x, which is equal to determinant of this, that is ac minus b square, capital AC minus b square. Now we have this is the Jacobian, right? Zeta x eta y eta x. This is the Jacobian. This is j into AC minus b square. This is also the j in Jacobian because this is the this matrix is the transpose of this matrix. So determine is the Jacobian itself. So this is equal to AC minus b square. So we can multiply this. So we can write AC minus b square is equal to j square into small ac minus b square. So this is nothing but we have this is actually delta of we have the discriminant of the second equation is b square minus ac. Okay, second PD, the discriminant of the second PD is b square minus ac. So this is the minus discriminant of second PD, so discriminant of small l, which is equal to j square into this is the discriminant of the negative of the discriminant of the first PD, that is delta of capital L, negative of delta of capital L. Clear? So from this we get delta of small l is equal to j square into delta of capital L. That is the discriminant of the second PDE is j square times the discriminant of the given PDE. Since Jacobian is not equal to 0, we have j square is greater than 0. So we have the type of the given PDE 1 is same as the type of the second PDE, because uh, first equation is hyperbolic implies delta of L is greater than 0. That implies from this we have delta of small l is greater than 0. So the second PDE, we have the second PDE is this. The second PD is also hyperbolic. Okay, implies second is hyperbolic. Similarly, first PD is parabolic, implies delta of L is equal to 0. That is delta of L is small l is equal to 0. So this is second is parabolic. Okay. Also, first is elliptic, implies delta of L is less than 0. Thus from this we get delta of small l is also less than 0, and thus the second PD is also, the transformed PD is also elliptic. So the type of the PD is invariant under the non-singular transformation.